Mr. President.
Senator from Washington.
Mr. President, I rise to speak against the Lee Amendment, which we will be voting on in just a minute. You know, we are working to rebuild our economy, and we're working to end a pandemic that has killed over 900,000 people. So why are a few Senate Republicans once again risking a government shutdown and creating problems rather than trying to work with us on the ones that our country already faces? This is not the first time I've had to point out to a handful of Senate Republicans that shutting down the government in the middle of a pandemic is a bad idea. It should be obvious, but here I am once again because my colleagues are here once again, pretending the biggest threat to our nation is not the virus, but instead it's vaccines and tests and masks that have helped actually save lives. This makes about as much sense as blaming the rescue crew for a shipwreck and threatening to sink that lifeboat unless they don't stop helping. We all want this pandemic to end. We want our schools to stay open safely, and we want people to be able to go to work safely and go about their lives like before. We are making real progress towards the goal of putting this pandemic behind us. One way to continue this progress is to do what the vast majority of senators, Democrat and Republican, are prepared to do. Vote to keep the government open so we can work together on funding the nation's priorities through regular order. Mr. President, I urge all of my colleagues to vote against this completely unnecessary amendment, against a government shutdown, and for common sense. Thank you. I yield the floor.
Mr. President.
You're finished.